Introduction to Web Development Class 2. We're going to download and install the Phoenix Code Editor, which is the tool we will be using for modifying, creating, and viewing our web pages for this class. Step 1, download the Phoenix Code Editor for your operating system. When you click on that link, it takes you to this page where you can choose your correct operating system. Make sure if you're using a Mac that you choose between the Intel chip or the Mac Apple Silicon DMG, as well as if you're working on a Windows machine, you'll be choosing this, and Linux machines would be choosing this option here. Once you click on that link, it will download that file onto your computer. Usually that will be in your downloads folder. So when I open up my downloads folder, and I'm going to make sure it appears on the screen in a second, you'll see I've got my Phoenix Code Editor. When I double click on this, it will launch the installer. Once that installer is launched, it will look like this. I double click on it and I'll have it installed on my computer. After I have double clicked on it and gone through those steps, this is the icon that shows up. I'll drag this into my applications folder. Once it's in my applications folder, and this is different for different operating systems, this is how it's done on a Mac, I choose Go, Applications, and I'll see that Phoenix Code Editor is listed. I can drag to my taskbar over here, so then I have easy access to it. And on a Windows machine or a Linux machine, you know how to install applications. It will be slightly different. Going back to the instructions, we've downloaded it. We've found the downloaded file. We've double-clicked on the downloaded file to install it as per your method of installing on your operating system. Now we're going to download the files that are required for the week 2 assignment. I click over here, and those files have also downloaded and appear in my downloads folder. We see it's called Module 2. Now, on your operating system, that might show up as a zipped file first, and you'll have to extract the zipped files, and once they're unzipped, it will be showing up in a folder called Module 2, as we see here. Now you're going to create a new folder, and I suggest that you work on your desktop, but if you work most comfortably on your documents folder or wherever you're most comfortable, that's where you want to create this new folder called CS50A. As you can see here, I've created my CS50A folder, and here it is on my desktop. I'm going to drag Module 2 into here, and it's probably going to tell me I already have one, and an older item named Module 2 already exists. I'm going to replace it. I'm going to go back to those instructions. So now I've created a new folder called CS50A. I've dragged the Module 2 folder that I downloaded up over here, and I put it into that CS50A folder that I created on my desktop. Now I'm going to launch Phoenix Code Editor. So I'll find it over here, and when I launch it, it's going to say this is an app downloaded from the internet. Are you sure you want to open it? I'm going to say yes, I know that app. And this is what we see as the very first window that appears in the Phoenix Code Editor desktop app. What we are going to do, and you can see I've already had a project called CS50A because I've been testing this first. I'm going to get rid of that project. This is what you'll see, your projects at a glance, and you'll see there's already a default project. And there are two ways we can go here. We can either start a project or we can open up a folder. Since we already have our folder, then it makes more sense to click Open Folder rather than Start Project. Since the files in the project are already HTML5 files, the application should know what to do. So I'm going to choose Open Folder, and I'm going to find on my desktop, I'll go over to my left-hand side where it says Desktop. I'll see I have a folder that says CS50A, and I'm going to choose that folder and choose Open. Now it's saying that it has nothing to review, but that's because I haven't opened up any files. Here are the files in the Module 2 folder. This shows up in the Files panel on the left-hand side. If I choose any of them, for example, Lounge, we'll see on the left side of the screen, we see our HTML code. On the right side of the screen, we see what it would look like in a browser. At this point, I'm going to have you go Help, and I'm going to have you go to the YouTube channel. And once you get to the YouTube channel, there are a series of videos that you're going to need to watch. All new live preview, new project workflow, and creating extensions in Phoenix. Once you've watched those videos, return to the PCE application, also known as Phoenix Code Editor, and click on the lounge.html file in the Module 2 folder from the Files panel. You're going to take a screenshot of this application showing the Files panel, the HTML code, and the web page display within the application. Now, there are different methods of creating screenshots that are specific to your operating system, so you'll need to learn how to do that. So I'm going to go back to the Phoenix Code Editor, and I'm going to have the Lounge file open. We see our Files panel, our HTML code, and our SRJC Web Development Lounge. Notice there's an error in the file. This is something we are going to fix later in the module. But right now, we're going to take a screenshot. On the Mac operating system, I can use the keyboard shortcut Command-Shift-4, and that allows me to click and drag to take a screenshot that I need. And that is now placed on my desktop out of your view. I'm going to go back to the assignment page. I'm going to make sure that I've clicked Start Assignment. That was at the beginning. I'm going to choose Upload File, choose File, and then on my desktop I'll see the screenshot. I'll click Upload, and I'll click Submit Assignment. Once you see a message that says Submitted up here on the right hand side, you've completed this assignment. Congratulations, you've completed this element in the Week 2 module.